Hello, and welcome. My name is MiniBetrayal, and this is Factorio Megabase. And I've just realised I've left my cup of tea on the other side of the room. That's better. Okay. I clicked a button. Cancel. Right. So yes, now we're done with the base game. So we're now at the point where we want to be thinking about how do we actually transition this into a megabase. Now, I've done a little bit of thinking about this. Firstly, let me just have a quick look at the tech tree, because all of the research we actually need done, I've done. Now, a lot of the actual researches have happened off camera, like while I was taking care of the biters in the last episode, for example. I went through things like this research queue tree thing. So we've got the maximum stack inserted capacity and all of that. All that's left, there's a couple of like utility researchers, I guess, like character logistics slots. I don't even have a logistics network yet. Oh no, they're trash slots and logistics slots. A couple of things like that, just improvements, I think is the word I'm after. Combat robotics, I hardly ever use combat robots anyway. I think these ones just give me extra fire damage stuff, no extra tools. Stronger explosives, energy weapons. Artillery, I think that's like the last one that actually gives me something new. That gives me access to the artillery stuff. What I'll do, I will do that research, but then I won't do any more research in this base. I'll shut this base down for science, and we'll use the incoming resources to instead make stuff that we will need for a megabase. Okay, so while we're doing the artillery research, I am going to see what I can do to improve copper. Now, copper's not as bad as it looks. At the moment, it looks pretty bad because we've got, I think, a total of 4 lines of copper coming in, but most of it is coming in on blue lines. And if we've only got 4 yellow lines of copper plates coming in, obviously that's going to not look as good. In fact, what we could probably do here, have I got any blue stuff in my inventory? I've got some blue belts, but that's it. We could probably merge these 2 lines and have them both go in here. Because this should be able to cater for, I think it's 2/3 of a blue belt the way I've got it set up. Turns out when I set it up, I left the extra space I needed for the electric furnaces, totally forgetting to leave the extra space for blue belts. So yeah, you can carry like a red belt's worth, but no more than that. Alright, we've got some to work with. So what I'll do, if I pop down this way, these 2 belts here, I will merge them like that, except that obviously needs to face the right way, and I'll have blue belts coming in like this, going under. You want to be blue, and then all these ones along the edge want to be blue as well. That's entirely the wrong way around. There we go. And then, in theory, this shouldn't be any worse than it was, because all the copper goes to the same place in the end. Oops. But what it does do is give us an extra line down here that I could feed some more copper into. And in fact, we can do the same thing up here. So, slight change of plan. What I'm going to do, I'm actually going to merge it up there and just stick in some blue belts. Oops. On there like that. And cut that line. So So I'll just let that die down a little bit. Okay, and then this extra line, I'll turn it around like that, and we can actually merge this lot of copper with the one that comes from that lot of copper and do exactly the same thing there. So how do I want to do that? Which way is that stone going? That's going south to north. Oops. Yeah, no, that's fine. There, and then some blue gubbins. I could use red, but I don't have any. Okay. So now, without any like decrease, I guess, of how much copper we've actually got, we've just merged it down from 4 lines of copper to 2. Yeah, so we've gone from 4 lines of copper to 2 lines of copper without actually losing any copper. We've just got more space to put more copper in. Okay. So yeah, this spare line here is a copper line, or was a copper line, I guess, and then this spare line down here. So, where is some more copper? So if I zoom out a bit, we've got 15, 15, 44, 37, but this is going a bit far afield now, 68. If I come down here, 27, 16, 16. What I think I might do is get these 2 deposits. It's getting a little close to the edge of what we've revealed there, but I think it should be alright. Yeah. Okay. So I'm still going to do this the old-fashioned way with belts. Where's that coming from? There. Okay, so I'm going to need a metric ton of belts and miners. I think I should have enough miners, but I'll go and grab all of the necessary stuff and head down, and we'll make ourselves a new copper mining outpost. Okay, so for these deposits over here, I am going to be less concerned about getting like the right amounts of each things on each side of a belt. I'm basically just going to span these things down. Okay, so how many do I actually have here? I have 90. That's not too bad. So actually, 90 miners should be enough to fully saturate a blue belt. I'm not going to be that thoughtful about it though. Not for this time, because this is just heading up towards the starter base. And yeah, it doesn't need to work well. It just needs to keep working. Right. So what I will do, balancing wise, let's see. This top row is easy to balance. I'll just do that. As for the others, I think I will do. For the others, I'm going to do one of like the corner balancers, like that. Again, it's not the most thoughtful thing in the world, but it will be good enough. Okay, obviously this lot needs power, so we will do that. Okay, it's all powered up. So we'll take this north. Is that belt's going the wrong way? Something to do with the relationship between the size of my screen and the resolution of my screen means that those blue belts always seem to look so they're going backwards. We've got an extra one here, so I've only got 10 miners. I'll use more on that other deposit than I thought I did. Alright, I guess we just keep taking this north then. Okay, I've brought the copper up and fed it into one of these lines. Of course, the line itself is still running on a yellow belt at the moment, so if I want proper throughput on that, I'm going to have to blue beltify it, and I ran out of blue belts. So, I got lost for a moment there, up this way. How many have I got? 109. That's not going to be enough, is it? Which line was it? This line down here. So I need to upgrade that, and that, and that. Yeah, that is more blue belts than I have. Mind you, I suppose the last portion of it doesn't need to be blue belted as long as the first bit of it is. And are they in passive provider chests? No, they're just steel chests, so I'll have to come back and do that myself. Alright, so we've got that blue line coming in. Now remember, that should in theory be a fully saturated blue belt, but this can only take care of a red belt, so we may as well send that a little bit of extra up. And I should just be able to do this with yellow belts, actually. Where am I sending it to? I am sending it to there. There's a random blue belt there. Okay, so yeah, that should really help us out with the copper situation. In fact, that almost doubles our copper. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if it does double our copper, because some of these are slowly dying. Let's go and see how things are looking up in the base. I feel as though I want to have that there. I don't know what difference it makes, but I'm doing it. And up here, there's no reason for that to split, is there? Oh no, there is. There's just no copper there yet. That's alright. In any case, copper is looking much, much better. Helped, no doubt, by the fact that... I was going to say helped by the fact that we're not doing science, but most of it is really being eaten by... helped by the fact that our iron supply is low. Wait, is it low? I think it might just be a throughput issue we're having. Because our big consumer, of course, of copper overall are blue circuits, and they are not getting enough iron. So I think it is time to bluify some iron production. See if we can squeeze in some more. Alright, that goes to steel. This goes to iron. Have we got any nice iron deposits nearby? Yeah, 38 million right down there. We should bring that in as well. How many iron lines do we actually have? 1, 2, 3. Just 3. Alright, well, these two down here. Wait. Oh, I was going to say these two down here, but I don't really have any next to each other. Let me get some electric furnaces. Okay, so if we're going to upgrade this top iron line here, first thing we need to do is, of course, get rid of the old one. That involves taking out all of that and all of that. And we should, in theory, just be able to copy that. Actually, no. Let's get rid of everything in here. There we go. And then, in fact, we should just be able to copy this now, right? Transport belt is in the way. Oh, yeah, because that's a blue transport belt down there. That's alright. Okay, so we'll put all of that back. I must have missed a bit when I copied, because I've just realised I've got nothing coming in on the bottom there. There we go, that's a little better. Okay, and I think we've got the furnaces to upgrade some more. But it's belts we're waiting on at the moment more than anything. Let's do the same to this one here. Okay, well I think the base bots have taken care of the rest of that. Oh, there's a. It is coming. Yeah, excellent. Okay, how many blue belts have we got? We have a grand total of 175. That's not really enough to do anything with just yet. But I should be able to, like, let's see, if I, where's the blue belt there? Let's upgrade this. I've got an upgrade planner for exactly that reason. Why am I not using it? Oh, base bot's coming to pick that one up. That's alright. Seriously? Did you see that? The bot came from all the way over there where the blue belts are kept. Got to about there, aiming for this belt, and then went off to charge. Okay, right. Now it's the... Oh, we should upgrade this belt as well, actually. Except this belt wants to be upgraded from the output side. In fact, it doesn't really matter because it all needs to be upgraded anyway. Okay, right. And how can we get some more iron coming into here? Well, what if I instead take this line up and mix it in there. Right, you can have a blue belt as well because I'm feeling generous. Where are all my blue belts? There. Okay, and just give you a blue one, you a blue one. Okay. So that should effectively feed a yellow belt's worth and whatever this is, somewhere less than a yellow belt's worth. And where was that coming from? Here. Okay, and it empties out this one for us. I apparently have some random blue belts sitting in there. Yeah, so at the moment, mostly just housework. Moving things around, making space. Still waiting for that artillery science to finish. Okay, so my theory is, if I upgrade this iron line, and I'm going to upgrade it all the way, then that will allow us to get more iron plates at the end of the bus where it's actually needed for the blue circuits. Blue there, and what I'll do here, I'll just stick that in there. And I suspect these lines may need to be blue. So with a full copper line and a full iron line, does the iron get to the end? I'm not sure it will, so we'll need to upgrade this belt if that's the case. Maybe, just about maybe. Maybe it does. Why aren't you working? You don't have enough green circuits because you have coal on the end of your belt for some reason. Don't know why that happened. It's probably a mistake eons ago. I don't see coal on the end of any other iron belts. I dread to think when that actually happened. Okay, so with enough iron coming in, does this get the 20 circuits it needs? No, I do need to upgrade these belts as well, I think. Okay, well my base spots are slowly taking care of that. There's 180 belts that they don't yet have the materials for, and I've run out of yellow science. That's why artillery is slowing down. What is holding up yellow science? Let's have a look. Yellow science is held up by a lack of blue circuits. That's fair, I guess. To be expected at the very least. However, we've got no blue circuits going towards satellites anymore, and virtually none going towards making the rocket control units either. So very soon, all of the blue circuits will be going towards yellow science. Until we start using them for other things, of course. Okay, we have iron at the top of this side, we have iron at the top of that side, and that should be effectively all of our blue circuit machines working full time now. 18, 19, 20. Perfect. Okay, so let's see, how are we doing with the yellow science? Not amazing. Okay, so let's have a bit of a talk about how I'm going to design the Megabase. What I'm thinking is I will have basically lots of smaller, I don't want to necessarily call them modules, but basically I'm planning to have a module that will, say, make 10 red science per minute. So that would be no, that's a stupid number because this already makes 60. So if I'm looking to make 1,000 per minute, and I'm making 60. Maybe I'll have. Do I want to split them up? Let's see. If 5 machines are 60 per minute, that's something like. If I'm doing my maths right, there's something like 83, 84 machines making yellow machines are faster though. I don't know. But anyway, regardless of how many I have and how big they are, I'm planning to have little like self-contained modules that they each have their own trains assigned to them. The trains go to a central area to collect raw resources. Not entirely raw, mind you, so I'm talking plates, probably stone brick as well. Essentially, if it has to be smelted or refined, the train will go to it. All of the smelting and refining I will have in one big central area, I think. And then I will have longer trains, meaning longer in length, but probably also longer in how far they have to go, that go out into the wild to actually go and pick up the oil and the ore that gets smelted, bring it back to the smelting area. then the different trains will ferry those resources from the central area to each little module to make the relevant kind of science. And then I'll probably have like a special train devoted to picking up science and taking it to the labs. And I think that will work. So what do we need for this? Obviously we need trains. So let me make myself a little to-do list over here, I think. So this is... I'm going to have to lean around my mic for this. Okay, to do. Okay, so we need... And this is a to-do list for the starter base at the moment. So we need trains and train components. I got rid of my title doing that. To do. Okay, trains and train components. We need assembly machines. They want to be assembly machines 3. I also need beacons, and I will need modules. So I need quite a lot of production of level 3 modules, productivity and speed in particular. I will probably want to get some proper concrete going. So I can make things look nice, because at the moment we've only got just this. Okay, I will need a way of powering the megabase as well. So I think the starter base, that's just going to be self-contained. Ideally, I'm hoping not to have to plug anything else into that. So we need power. Don't yet know if I'm going to go nuclear or solar. I'll probably start off nuclear, and if UPS goes too bad by the end, I'll move over to solar. We're getting some attacks again. They're smaller attacks, but they are attacks nonetheless. Okay, so I think that gives us a place to start. So let's... actually, we also want to sort of mass produce furnaces and miners and turrets, so we can get proper like wall defenses up. Alright, yeah, let's start with that. Okay, so let's start. Trains and train components. You know what, I really want to get the science finished, because then I can actually just tear down most of this base. Well, actually not most of it, but I know exactly what I am and am not using. So, let's see. Is there any other improvements we can make to this base? Like, throughput-wise, or... So, I mean, we've got 5 of these 6 machines working on yellow science. The limiting factor is definitely just blue circuits. Okay, just temporarily gonna do that. That will send all of my blue circuits down towards yellow science, as opposed to the what is currently half. I mean, it is building up, but yeah, it's taking too long. But yeah, we are making the... What does it work out as? They're made every 10 seconds, and I've got 10 machines. So I'm effectively making 1 blue circuit per second, which... is... And I need 2 every 3 seconds, so I need 2/3 of a blue circuit every second. So I'm making as many as I need. Yeah, there you go. All of them are running now. How are we doing for the other sciences? Let's have a quick look. So space science is fine because I accidentally launched the second rocket. Purple science, we've got full box there. Grey science, we've got our full box there. Red science, excuse me, full box. Green science, full box. Blue science, full box. Yeah, so it's just yellow science. That's our only issue. I wonder if have I got any productivity modules sitting around? No, I don't. Where did I put them? Well, I'll tell you what, we don't need you for now. Okay, sticking some productivity modules in there should help with the speed. I must say I'm remarkably happy with how well this oil ratio turned out. I don't think I've ever had any issues due to things stopping and backing up. We've got nearly a full tank of lubricant, full tank of petrol gas, full tank of light oil. The heavy oil's a little low, but of course the only thing that's used for is lubricant, which is full. So, yeah, and let's see, the actual oil storage. Yeah, full tanks, all of that. Yeah, after I set this up, I never had to come back and sort out. Once I had to put down extra storage. I don't know why I just did that, but oh well. I don't need it now. But yeah, that was due to a lack of copper, of all things. Yeah, I'm really happy with that. I'll have to remember that ratio. So what was that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 oil refineries, 2 heavy crackers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 light crackers. So I think officially the ratio is 8, 2 and 7. I just did a tutorial video on this, I should remember, but by going 10, 2, 7, that gives you enough extra for lubricant and rocket fuel and some solid fuel apparently. Okay, I've just been fiddling around with some belts up here in the CoverX area. You can see I've tidied up this situation a little bit, made it look a little bit more symmetrical and a little bit more like something else. And I've also thrown in this balancer over here. This is a lane balancer. Just because of how this setup works, it tends to take from this side first. So just to help even things out over here, I've put that in there so it works, and I see no reason why I shouldn't just spam these down now. Yeah, that should do. Alright, so yeah, that'll keep going for a nice long time, and yes, we have now finished artillery. So let's head back to the base and we can start dismantling it. To an extent, anyway. So, what I'm going to do, let's see, I've got 312 logistics bots. No, I don't, I have 312 construction bots. Let's let them take care of it. So, I'm going to put down, excuse me, if I can find it. I'm going to put down a couple of storage chests. I'm going to pick up some red circuits first. Then I'm going to put down a couple of storage chests. Put them over here in like the mini mall. Okay, and then, okay, I don't want any red science or green science. And I'm aware that I'm leaving like things on the ground here. or grey science, or blue science, or purple science, or yellow science. Or white science for that matter. Okay. And then, obviously we need to clear up all of the inserters that are left behind. Okay, so now with all of that gone, obviously we're making some materials that aren't being used. So for example, this machine here makes gears which go onto this belt, which aren't being used for anything now. So we can get rid of that. And in fact, we can get rid of this whole belt now. So following through, we'll continue that for the other sciences as well. Although, just a quick emergency, I realised that with all of the messing around I did with iron, I completely broke green circuits. It just has no iron, so I'll give them some, I guess. Okay, when it comes to grey science, I still want to keep a stockpile of grenades and ammunition, so I'm not going to delete that. This over here though, those output belts and output inserters and those belts of walls don't need to be there. And I guess I can keep filling up, stockpiling on walls now. Okay, for blue science, once I get past here, past the explosive stage, I don't actually need sulfur anywhere, so that can all go. And actually, now I'm not making blue science, I'm not using engines for anything. If I follow the engine belt along to its conclusion, it goes down there, and down to where the blue science was. However, I'm not going to tear that up completely because I know I need engines for trains. So I'm just going to take that back that far and we can feed it back in wherever we need it later. Okay, for the production science, I think I'll leave rails set up. I'm going to dismantle the productivity modules though. Okay, I'm going to keep the little stockpile of electric furnaces there. And in fact, I'm going to unlimit it now. And there it goes. Alright, I am going to stick some steel chests, I think. First I'll just do that. Oh, I need another steel chest. And some stack inserters. Do I have any on me? I've got one. Yeah, this is just to pick up the science. You know, never mind. I'll just do it with the bots. I'm doing everything else with the bots. Okay, now the rocket components, I'm not going to dismantle production of them because I still want rocket control units for things like nukes. I still want the low density structures for something. I don't even remember what now. I'm fairly certain there was something I wanted it for. Maybe I will dismantle that. Where does it go? It goes off to yellow science that we're not using it anymore, and... Okay, maybe I will dismantle low density structures. And the rocket fuel I want for nuclear fuel for trains. But we can get rid of the belts going back as far as production at the very least. However, this is going to need all of the storage. Hang on. So I'm having a look at how much I'm actually dismantling here, and I must say, I'm starting to reach the conclusion that it might not be such a bad idea just to rip it all up. I don't know. I am very, very tempted. Then it would kind of be like almost like a New Game Plus type of situation. Because I'll have all this late game tech, but I'll be able to design the base from scratch, starting off with what we're going to build, which is of course a mall. Very tempted indeed. Okay, what I'm going to do, I am going to copy. Is that necessary? No, it's not. Oh, you're important. Yeah, I am going to copy this. As far as there. And I'm going to run somewhere quiet. And I'm going to paste it. No, in fact, I'll build it. Why not? Because I don't have enough belts, that's why not. Okay, so I've got that down there. It's not completely built, but it's built enough. That's largely just to remember that setup, I think. Because I like that blue circuit setup. I also am rather fond of this red circuit setup. So let me copy this as well. Okay, so I think that counts as one module minus the circuit assembler at the bottom right there. So I'll pop that up here as well. And then, yeah, I'm going to do it. Okay, so do not pick up. So blacklist, do not pick up power poles, do not pick up roboports. Don't pick up any chests either. Let's do this. Alright, so yeah, the bots are doing their thing there. I really don't quite know how to feel about this. I've never done this kind of thing before. Right, so what are we left with? So I've still got all my smelting. May as well finish that while I'm here. And I've still got all my mining. I have left the power poles in place and the roboports in place, so it so the base can continue to be dismantled. I have left explosive production up here, although it doesn't really have an iron input anymore. So actually I guess I should do that as well. And I'm going to leave a note here. Reconnect to iron. I've left my oil processing as is. Yeah, at the moment it's backed up on petrol because of course we're not using any. Which might potentially cause issues with power. On the other hand, we're using next to no power at the moment anyway. So yeah, I'm gonna just sit here and let my bots do that for a little while. Next episode, we are going to redesign the starter base from the ground up, not to do science. Ow, I just hit my chair. Not to do science, but instead as like a mega mall. Everything it does, all of the resources coming in are going to go towards building stuff. So we are going to have a row of, well, all of this stuff over here. Train stuff, assembly machines, beacons, modules, some concrete, like nuclear power stuff, furnaces, miners, inserters, defenses, and also my uranium is still up there. And I've kept these designs here, my red and blue circuit builds, because I like them. They're modular, they're nice, they work. I just need to finish building them. We should probably grab some more oil as well. Yeah, there's another like 500 a second there. How much have we got there now? It's actually doing pretty well. 30 per second, 100 per second, 43 per second. I guess we don't use a lot of oil. But anyway, yes, I'm going to leave it there for this episode. Hello, where are you coming from? Luckily I put some defences down there. But yes, I am going to leave it there for this episode. We will do all of that next time. In the meantime, I will say thank you very much for watching, and I will see you again soon.